It's Brian from TokyoRecordstyle. I am in the heart of Shibuya, doing what I thought I would kind of never do, which is to be streaming from right in front of Tower Records. I had to come down here to take my son to dance, and I have exactly 1 hour to kill. And so it's going to be a short stream. Let me clean off my camera here. Oh, what happened there? That's weird. Okay, there we go. So I am here outside of Tower Records. No music, no life. Tower Records. Now, Tower started their own little series where they are they're interviewing their own customers. They're like walking around their own store and they're stopping people in the store and asking them about their records. And that makes me like, they just started this a couple of days ago. Hello. You guys want to talk about some music? 今日タワーレコード行った？今日タワーなんか買った？買いましたか？話したい？音楽好きですか？この日本人？ Sorry? Chinese, okay. 你好, 谢谢. Do you guys want to talk about music? Do you want to talk about... We're live streaming on YouTube and we're talking about music. Yeah, do you want to come talk about music? Too shy? Okay, too shy. That's okay. Here's one of these giant advertising trucks driving right past me. Okay, I'm getting a little delay on my camera here. I hope it's okay for you guys. I'm really mindful. There's like a big... Today is a national holiday. It's autumn equinox. And there's a booth out here that's promoting some Echiki Yazawa. And then there's another one over there. Well, we can go check it out. I'm not sure what it is. But another DNA. DNA must be like a popular group sound. They have a big booth out here. And anyway, I don't really want to trample on Tower's toes. If they're making videos of their customers, I'm mindful, that's all. And oh, this might catch your interest. Behind me, over my shoulder here, are some JDM cars. I don't really know what is over there, but some Nismo, Nissan, drifter kind of thing. Maybe, I'm not entirely sure. But, and there's not any good light right here. But maybe I can just come here for a little bit and I can see if I might be able to stop somebody with records. I'll grab my sign out of my car. Oh, I'm really laggy today. What's that about? Really laggy. So Tower, if you're watching, all due respect, I don't really want to intrude on your territory, but I've been doing this longer than you guys have, I think. No, that's probably not true. They've probably been interviewing their customers while I was still in diapers. Okay, fair enough. But this new record culture documentation thing, now it seems to be all around the place. So I don't really want to step on your toes, but it just made the most sense to come here because there's parking here and it's metered parking on the street. I only have an hour, so that's what I'm going for. Wow, I'm bummed out that it's so laggy. I'm getting a terrible lag on my side. Yornimer, hey Brian. Seen those videos, interesting coincidence. Which videos are you talking about? Whoa, there's some cool cars driving by and some interesting stuff. Well, Yornimer, let me know which videos you're talking about. Okay, just getting my bearings here. So, right here outside of Tower Records, we'll see people coming outside with their No lag here, says Jordan. Okay, nice. I am really getting a terrible lag on my side. That's not good. And I see Adrian in the house. Hello, I don't see any lag. Okay, good. It must just be me. All right, well, I'll assume it's okay. So yeah, there's going to be heaps of people coming out of Tower Records with their record store bags, and there's some people taking up space on the sidewalk, which I'd love to claim for my own, but hey, it's a free sidewalk, so I want to be. Yeah, I'm just gonna like see if I can make some eye contact with somebody. That'll be we'll use the force, and we'll get somebody to pull them in with eye contact. Musically, today was kind of a fun day for me. It's like I said, it's autumn equinox here. We're in the future of Japan, and it's a national holiday, a weird one where we have Monday on and then Tuesday off and then Wednesday back on. But I had the opportunity to meet Peter McCartney and his son from the vinyl community. Peter McCartney's out there on YouTube land, and he was staying in Akihabara. He was here on his first visit to Japan and his son's second visit to Japan. Father and son trip to Japan together, which is really cool. And his son's really into anime and subculture, and dad's really into records, and together they had a blast, it sounded like, and it sounded like I would love to have made that trip with my father. I still have the chance, but my dad might be past his getting on the airplane to Japan days and spending loads and loads of cash at Tower and HMB and all the record shops. Gary told me he's spent an obscene amount of money on records, which I'm really impressed by. And but they were staying in Akihabara, which is on the clear other side of Tokyo. And he was like, "Hey, can you come on?" Yeah, I told him it would be really easy to get to him, which it was, but I'm on the Shibuya side of Tokyo, and Akihabara is on the other side of Tokyo. And even though we're both central technically, it took me 40 minutes to get over there, that's the scale of Tokyo. And but it was fun to go over to Akihabara, and early in the morning there was no traffic because it was a national holiday, so I just got to zip right across the city. It was super fun. And it was just a perfect day, and the weather was cool, and I had a great time zipping around the city. And what was really fun, one thing to point out, is that the hotel where the boys were staying happened to be right next to this interesting hotel where I have stayed, or excuse me, interesting shrine where I have visited once. This shrine is a special shrine dedicated to the Japanese animal tanuki. Do you know about tanuki? Some of you may know about tanuki. I've touched on tanuki here a couple of times. Tanuki is the Japan raccoon dog, which is like, it's sort of in the canine family, it's like a raccoon, but it's different. It looks like a little bit of a badger, and it has, it's part of Japanese folklore, and it's a shape-shifting god. It's actually from like the spirit world, and it comes to Japan, it comes to like Earth, and it can shapeshift. It has a special ability to shapeshift. And you may have seen tanuki out there in the world somewhere. Sometimes tanuki there's little ceramic tanukis that you can buy at gift shops, and you put them outside of your home as like a little symbol of good luck. And anyway, in one of my favorite books by author Tom Robbins which takes place kind of bizarrely, like in Japan and in Colorado and in Vietnam and Thailand and all these places where I've visited before. And the story begins with Tanuki using his giant bits and pieces, we'll say, to parachute from the animal world down to the human world, where he is in search of mischief and farm girls and sake and having fun and living it up. And the book Villa Incognito ends at this shrine called Yanagi Mori Shrine, I think it is. And I just happened to visit there. And when I finished reading that novel, I went directly over there to check it out, and it was this really almost like unimpressive shrine. But I made a little video for you from there today, but without having read the novel in many years. But I went home today and I reread it, or reread bits and parts of it, and I'm actually going to go back there and make another video. But anyway, that was the fun little highlight of today. And the other highlight was that I got in a 3-hour nap, which is extremely rare, and I'm very happy, like catching up on sleep. Okay, so really laggy here. It's there's a lot going on. I'm a little bit distracted just because it's full-on sensory overload with the things over here and the things over there and the people, and I'm on the street, and it's a little bit, yeah, it's a bit much. So probably won't come here again. It's too intense, really. But it might just be because it is a holiday. But let's, I see the tower staff over my shoulder. That guy, he's kind of keeping an eye on me. I wonder, he seems to have a lanyard around his neck. I hope he's not. This is the thing. This is why I don't want, people are like, why don't you just go and set up shop right outside the record shops? Because I don't want to be nervous, right? I don't want to be like, should I not be here? Anyway. Okay. Well, so Tower Records has been here since, I think, 75, I read. And it was in another location in Shibuya up until like 95, I think, maybe over where the HMV is now. And it moved here, I think, in 95. And it seems like the building was built for Tower Records. I don't really know the history of it. But the 6th floor is now totally dedicated to vinyl records. And there's an enormous floor with lots of, it would seem like primarily new records, but it's not new, it's new and used. And then the other like 5-7 floors, one floor is a cafe. The first floor is a lot of the like group bands and J-rock, and not even J-rock, but like, the group and idol bands. And I read recently that it's over 50% women who are shopping here. And that would imply that a lot of them are going for those idol bands. I think the idol band fan base is primarily women. So the first floor is like a shrine to all the idol bands, they call them. And there's girl bands with boy fans and with girl fans, and it's all mixed up. But that's the first floor. The second floor is like, I think, a cafe. Third floor is like J-rock CDs. And then the next floor is like K-pop, like all K-pop, and maybe like I don't even know. And then there's like a lot of music in here. I typically only go to the 6th floor, which is all records. But I've been coming here for years. The 7th floor used to be where the records were, and it used to be a little kind of small spot, not tiny, but it was small. And they brought it down a floor, and then it was huge, and now it's like super huge. And God, there's Ferraris driving past, and these motorcycles, and it really is sensory overload. I can't even think. Well, how are you guys? Are you guys good? I hope everybody's doing well. Let me read some of these comments. Wow, really laggy. Okay. Never seen an actual real tanuki, only in the statues. Okay, well, that's cool, Yornimer. I tell you, there was a tanuki family that lived behind my house for years, for like about 4 years. We had a little tanuki family that lived right behind our house, and I would see them every day, and it's actually quite rare. Most people don't get to see them every day. And what's more, is that there were also hakubishin by my house, and I never would see them, but people would claim that they would see them. And then one day in the middle of my shopping street with all these people and bicycles and cars, I saw a hakubishin run right across the street in the middle of a busy street. And a hakubishin is the civet, it's the civet, where they get the coffee beans out of their shit and they're like really gourmet. The civet, super rare. But the tanukis, if you live near a river, you can find them, and they're so cute and funny, and they're just awkward, and they're sort of clumsy and clunky, and they can't run fast, and they have these little legs like dachshunds, you know. But they're great. I love them, and I kind of feel like I got a little, like, tanuki might be my spirit animal. And I for some reason I can relate to the tanuki a lot. But I have a really wonderful little memory of a really heavy rain one time I hope you guys can hear me okay. I don't know if I can keep this up. It's intense. But Tom Waits has got this lyric. It was like 2 stations on at the same time. There's like 5 radio stations on at the same time. The cars that are driving by, the guy who's talking, the music, my own head. Anyway, I was in central Tokyo, Akasaka, and I was just like where the outer moat of the imperial palaces, and it was pouring rain, and it was one of those days where the rain was just going down into the station, and the station was like filling up with rain, and I was like dashing out of the station or get out of the rain, and I walked into the top entrance of the train station. And as I was walking down the station, in this really remote exit of the station, like nobody used this particular exit, and it was kind of on the other side of the street, near the moat. And as I'm walking down the stairs, lo and behold, walking up the stairs right in front of me is a tanuki. And he's looking at me in the bright, neon light, or the bright fluorescent lights of the station. And he's looking up at me, and I'm looking down at him, and it's just like mano-y-mano. And I'm saying, oh my God, there's a tanuki in the station. And he's looking at me, and he's like, what am I gonna do? Is this guy friend or foe, And he's like, he starts to want to walk past me this way, and I kind of block him. And then he walks over to this side, and I kind of block him. And then we're kind of doing this little dance for a minute, not even, and then he just scurried past me, and I think I just barely got a photo off. I was like, hold on, wait, let me get this photo. Hold on, not yet. And I got it. I do have a blurry photo of a tanuki in a train station somewhere. Okay. What's going on here? It's tough. This lag is really throwing me off. Last night, I was streaming from Shimokitazawa, and that was really fun, and everything went wrong. The phone stopped working, the thing stopped working, the audio was, everything that could have gone wrong went wrong. The battery died, we came back online, and, I suppose I should have been, embarrassed by it, but I was kind of proud of myself that I just rolled with the punches. There goes the Mario Karts. They're everywhere now. They all have on Otani uniforms. That's what these companies, I think there's a lot of them now. There's quite a lot. So let me read some comments. Yeah, Tanuki, let's see. Issa-san, Issa in the house. Okay, nice to see you. All right, let's see here. Used to frequent the Tokyo Towers in Nagano City. Interesting, okay, but I think they closed it. Well, here comes something loud, very loud. Got an extremely loud motorcycle. Oh, Bozozoku. That's the Bumpkin Hells Angels. the hillbilly motorcycle gang. Kind of funny. There might still, I'm sure there's still a Tower Records in Nagano City. I bet you there is. Counterintuitive tactic. Go interview the pacing tower guard. Tell him this is a broadcast about how fab Tower Records is in live stream record enthusiasts. Well, if you had caught the beginning of this stream, you might have heard that they have their own thing that they do. They spotlight their own customers, and that I really don't want to be remembered by this guy. But thanks for the ideas. I like the brainstorming. Come on. Okay. Issa, first time getting to see you live. Hey, cheers. Thanks for being here. I stream regularly, and yeah, I like streaming. Streaming is actually like a lower bar of entry. It's easier. Streaming is actually easier than like making actual videos. So much so that it's like it can be detrimental to your channel if you know. I think streaming kind of itches that tendency to like want to be with somebody. Like you just like you get lonely for a second, and you're like you just want to be with other people, and rather than it's nice, but I had promised myself that I was going to do something, and I could be doing something towards it right now, and yet I wanted to live stream. So live stream is fun though. I really like it, and it's a fun way to like think quickly. And I'm not a quick thinker. I'm not my brain doesn't. I'm not a high functioning intelligentsia dude. I'm very much like clunky, and I'm just like macheting my way through the jungle of ideas. And I was thinking about there's the records that I saw last night. I met somebody who was showing me an Avicii record, and I kind of know, but it's like I don't even know, but I kind of know, but not really. They've come across, remembered and forgotten them, and then they were talking about Ed Sheeran, and I didn't quite catch it. And like you got to think on your feet, and it's not the kind of thinking on your feet that's like it's not exactly wit, and it's not exactly like backlogs of academic knowledge. It's like it's a different kind of like dare to yourself. It's like, can you actually make any sense of yourself? And I fail mostly at it, but somehow I keep doing it. Let's get some record collectors. I still want to get to all these comments. I'm annoyed that this thing is not working. Okay, let's see here. 4D says it's like asking an ex-wife to cook you a meal, just confusing enough that it might actually work. I have a funny one about that, 4D. I did insist that a rickshaw driver in India take me from one part of town to another part of town. We negotiated higher and higher and higher in prices. I confused him. He just wanted to he couldn't understand. After every offer, every negotiation level, I offered him more money. He said, okay. And I said, no, wait, I'll go this high, but that's the highest I'll go. And he said, okay. And I said, no, I insist. It's this, but that's the highest price I'll go. And he says, okay, fine. But you have to insist that, here's what we're doing. Now maybe we're back on track. Okay. Let's try this. Now we're not laggy, I think. Okay, my little system of trying to do it all just is kind of not working all that great. So, yeah, but he wouldn't let me drive the rickshaw. And then finally I said, okay, well, never mind then. He said, okay, wait, you can drive. And then the police stopped us and were like, you cannot be driving the rickshaw. So no, I'm not going to do that with this guy. It's just, he's I can hear the guttural, no. I can hear it in his voice. Not a great idea. But again, I appreciate the brainstorming, the counterintuitive brainstorming. Just found your channel and started watching all your videos. Issa, thank you so much for being. Issa, are you Japanese? Konnichiwa. 20年前に日本引っ越した。だいぶ前からまだ日本語下手だけど日本に住んでる。子供も2人いる。杉並区に住んでる。Come on, come hang out and come talk to me. Meet me on the streets of Tokyo. Issa, where are you? I assume you're Japanese. Issa. Issa's a great name. Issa maybe comes from Issa. Oh no, that's Issei. Issa, you're the first Issa that I know. LOL, love that tanuki. Yeah, spirit animal. Your number knows tanuki. Hope to see you soon. I live in Tokyo. Nice. Okay, well, let's connect. I'm all about connecting with people. So, Isa, I would love to meet you. You needed tanuki. I need a tanuki. I would love to have a pet tanuki. I would love to. Yeah, that would be a dream come true. But they're feral. They're wild animals. I don't know. I've never heard of anybody actually having a pet tanuki before. Streaming is to videos what YouTube comments are to publication. Okay, for your comments. I think you said you have a different standard for comments, 4D. I don't know if we're gonna get anybody because I can't even I don't know if I can carry a conversation on with somebody. There's so much going on here. Maybe I should move. Maybe I should move. This guy is giving me the side eye. I don't know if this is a good look. He's really looking right at me. Hope it's okay. Let's get one person and then we'll boogie on. I did listen to a CD today. I actually spun records for an hour plus maybe on Twitch this morning. I just was there by myself, but I want to put together this volume 2 of my photography album cover video. I picked out 60 records from my record collection that I thought had some photographic interest in terms of their album covers, and I talked about 30 of them on an hour-long video some weeks ago, and I wanted to do part 2, but to get ready for part 2, I kind of wanted to go back and watch part 1, and I wanted to go back and listen to the records that I picked out, so I listened to 5 or 6, 7 records this morning. And I kind of took a deep dive into Charlie Garcia. If you don't know Charlie Garcia, he is a very, he's a national treasure of Argentina, and he's from the 60s, or he's from the early 70s and 80s, and he was part of a groundbreaking artist who had a lot to say about the dictatorship in Argentina. And his records are considered his 1983 seminal classic, which was said to be a big piece of revolutionary commentary on the dictatorship that lasted from 75 to 83. He wrote this kind of to South Africa's apartheid. If you watch that Sugar Man video, you learn that Cold Fact was the anthem of the resistance. And I think, this album called Clicks Modernos, Modern Clicks, killer record, kind of a new wave thing, but filled with amazing songs. And it's kind of got a little bit of a Talking Heads thing. It's got a little bit of a, it's post-punk, new wave, electronic. He's Charlie Garcia is an super instrumentalist, kind of a Paul McCartney-ish kind of character, and Freddie Mercury-ish. He's got this two-tone mustache. Half of his mustache is black and half of his mustache is white. And it was just good to revisit some of those records before I went back. I need to really absorb them again, so as to be able to. Okay, we're gonna get somebody. So as to be able to talk about these records with any bit of authority, remind myself who the photographers were, who the players are, what the stories are, and so on. So yeah, I thought I was going to be able to re-record that today, but it took me, I kind of want to deep dive it, and it's just a fun chance to learn my records again. So let's see if we can get somebody of the fairer sex. Just, I mean, it's you go into these record stores and it's 90%, 89%, 87% dudes. But I'd say there's a good, at least, 7, 8, 9% females. And I always kind of appreciate just, I feel like the sensibilities of collecting can, there's no less appreciation or love or respect of music, but it's just a different kind of, that cheap audio guy, who the guy who does he's my same age, kind of looks a little bit like me. He's the cheap hi-fi audio guy. That guy, he was talking about hi-fi recently. I think he's getting out of the hi-fi review game. Sorry, I'm just looking over my shoulder trying to find somebody, but he said on a recent video, I don't follow him super closely, but he pops up from time to time, and I kind of collect that shitty little barely affordable, or no, I should say like very affordable, very borderline hi-fi, you know, little things that you can get from little boutiques, brands, Chinese stuff, Taiwanese stuff, Korean stuff, but he's just tired of reviewing things. And he was saying that like hi-fi doesn't always necessarily come back to fidelity, which I agree with. He said, like, you know, when you get some kit from a family that's making these headphones in Brooklyn or these amps in California, and that's been in the family business for a long time, and it looks a certain way, and it's, you know, it sounds incrementally other things sound incrementally better, but they don't have the story or the meaning behind, you know, the other bit of kit. Like, I can relate to that. I always tell people, like, buy the best camera, the one that you like the best, the coolest looking one. That's what I always tell people. Buy the coolest looking camera, because that's the one that you'll be inspired to use. And so I don't know if I'm talking out of class here, but I feel like, you know, sometimes I want to buy a record, not necessarily for the music or the fidelity, but for the you know, the meaningfulness, what it means to me. In fact, I'll take you over here. On my way down here, I picked up an interesting CD at Satellite Records the other day. I'll grab it real quick. Give me a second. Just a second. What did I do with it? Where's the case? Okay. Here it is. There goes an interesting cat. George Pascalis, nice to see you, dude. Thanks for being here. So I scored this a few days ago. I can't even actually read the name of this. It's kind of like hard to read. Cotes and somebody else. Cotes and Yancey. Organic Music. And it was playing on the CD player at Satellite Music, and the first tune, what is it? Lullaby. What is it? It's hard to read, but it's a Hosono cover. And so I bet Yornamore knows this. Anyway, something from 2002, a promo thing, and it just was playing on the house system, and like I bought it for that reason. And I just listened to it for the first time on my way down here to take my son to dance, and it was interesting. It was very cool, kind of a little bit of had a little Hosono vibe, had a little like Taj Mahal vibe, something kind of cool. There was like beautiful Fender Rhodes, as well as harmonica, lots of harmonica on it. And it was like groovy and of its time, and sort of like I think has stood the test of time. It's still relevant. I mean, it still sounds good. And so I feel like you know, like part of like hi-fi and like record collecting, I think has something to do with like our lizard men's like hunter brain, right? It has to do with like getting as many, you know, acorns, you know, it's our squirrel brain. It's to get as many acorns as you can for the winter, and, you know, supply them for your offspring, right? And the more we have, the more we're like, we don't even remember all that we have. They say that like these squirrels, I heard Sarah Silverman say that like squirrels remember like where 10% of the they forget where 90% of the acorns that they bury are. Is that right? Something like that. So I think, yeah, I think men kind of maybe, again, like maybe talking out of class, but I think men collect for slightly different reasons, and I think women collect for, and when I talk to women about records, it's interesting. I just feel like they're coming from a slightly different perspective, which I find interesting. It's so loud. It's the Bozozoku guys again. I don't know how much, I can barely. I'm hanging on here, guys, by a thread. I see lots of comments coming in. Let me say hello to some of you guys. Okay, hold on. Cool. Let's see. Andrew T. I don't recognize your name. Nice to see you. Okay. I went there last week from Taipei for a record buying trip and went absolutely crazy. Nice, Andrew T. Next time you come to Japan, look me up and let's have a coffee or a street beer or a record trip together to one of the record stores. I'm here in Japan for a long time. I sadly have never been to Taiwan. I would love to go, and it's like Taiwan is closer almost than, you know, Okinawa. Why does that suddenly sound super weird? Okinawa? Am I saying it right? Okinawa. Why does that suddenly sound crazy? Naha. What's the Okinawa? Why does that sound, oh my God. Okinawa. Okay, the Americans say Okinawa. We say in Japan Okinawa. Okay, good. I got it right, I think. Issa, I'm from New York. Been living in Japan for 2 years. I'm Dominican and Japanese. Wow, let's hang out and shop records. Dude, so cool. Next week, Issa, I'm hosting a little get-together. It's just record shopping with homies. That's all it is. It's just we pick a day on the calendar and we just throw a dart at any day, and we all go to a record store together. And sometimes I go by myself, and sometimes it's a dozen people. And it's just a chance for, like, there's some people connected to me through music and through photography, and people who I photographed for the Tokyo Record Style project. And next week we're having volume 11 at Kame Emari or something like this on the east side of town. It's over by like Senju, Kita Senju. It's that way. I've never been there before. New record shop. It's on my Instagram. If you go to my Instagram, Tokyo Record Style, the top post right now is about, I believe it's Sunday. It's Sunday's event. I've forgotten if it's the 27th or the 28th, but it's a day that's like from 1 p.m. to 3 p.m. So have lunch, meet us at the record shop, shop around, say hello, buy a record, pose for me while I make your photo, pose for me, tell me about your records, and let me add you to the Tokyo Record Style photography project. Okay. Very nice to meet you, Issa. Happy to know somebody here. Cool, and like Japan and Dominica, we've got some, we're an international family. My family, we've got all kinds of passports through the bigger family. So we love all mixed up. So I'd love to meet you and hear about your Japanese and Dominican experience. Do you know about the book Hafu by Tetsuro? He's half Dutch, half Japanese guy. Really interesting book. And he photographed half Japanese of, I think, every half that there is, 200 different nationalities. And he's got a really interesting book, and it's these really close-up, intimate portraits. It's called Half. In Japan, the people who are, like, the notion of having one parent Japanese and having another parent from somewhere else evokes this notion of half, which is a bit, you know, we struggle with this notion a little bit. Half seems like it should be double, right? And so there's, you know, cheekily we say double at my house, and we kind of avoid the word half, but we don't really care. It's fine. But yeah, I'd love to know more about the experience. I feel like the only way that you could have one of these sort of multicultural identities would be to have like one parent from one place and one parent from another place. But I'm here to tell you that, like, if you spend long enough time in another culture, you can actually be from like suburban America and like grew up at the mall and, you know, in like rolling neighborhoods with front yards and backyards, and you can actually, I think, become half. If you're just, good God, here they come again. Let's see if there's like, might be a whole gang of them. It's so fucking loud. Can you guys hear that? It's these hillbilly guys. They come from the countryside. I hope they turn this way. They're so loud. It sounds like a fucking non-stop thunderstorm. Is it a car? I have to find out what's going on. This is... Can you hear this? They're all over the place. Oh my God. There they are. I'm going to tell you about this. Hold on a second. There's probably like 100 of them. There's more coming. So they're like... fucking insane. It's so fucking loud. Wow, I can't believe I got that on film. I cannot fucking believe how loud it is. It's deafening. Oh my God. Fucking deafening. So what these guys, I've only seen this one other time, and I almost didn't believe myself that I saw this. They're gonna go down to the Shibuya Scramble. There's 100 of them. You guys count them. There's probably, I don't know, between 50 and 100 of them. They're gonna go to the big scramble, that big giant corner, and they're gonna take it over, and they're gonna make like a cyclone. They're gonna make a tornado in the scramble, and the light's gonna turn red, and it's gonna turn green, and it's gonna turn red, and it's gonna turn green, and the cops are gonna get out there, and they're gonna start waving people down, and they're all gonna scatter in all different directions. And it's gonna be like total crazy insanity. Oh my God, there's like a whole nother... Okay, they're all gathering. This is happening right now. I almost wanna go down there. It's too far for me to get down there in time. But they will go to the scramble, and they will, if they do what that I've seen them do once, they'll like 3 or 4, several lights. They won't let the cars pass, and they'll just go in circles, like the circus. Insanity. And they're like the bosozoku. The bosozoku. Bosozoku means like, it's like kamikaze. It's like kamikaze. It's like the Japanese, you know, it's like the samurai spirit. It's the god wind. It's the like, and they have these like ridiculous bikes that have these like giant fairings that are like, they're like pointed up in this crazy configuration, and they have these like giant banana seats. And they have their girls on the back, and they wear these like ridiculous helmets, and they have these like high school, these like uniforms that are all embroidered, and it's like a gang. It's like a gang, but they're like a non-violent gang. They're just country dudes who like really loud motorcycles and who like this aesthetic of Japanese like fighting spirit. And they're kind of endearing a little bit. I've seen them in Shibuya one time. There was 100 of them just right there. I don't know how many just passed us. I'm not gonna go back and count them. It felt like 100. Probably it was more like 60 maybe. But then I just saw like another 30 that they funneled 2 rivers, 2 rivers of Bosozoku merged into one. And But one time I was on the highway, and I was coming back to Tokyo after a trip somewhere with my family in the car. Everybody was asleep. Dad was driving home, and the traffic was at a standstill, and we weren't moving. And I was probably like 30 minutes from my house, but I was just like on the highway, just like not moving. We might have been a little bit further out, but like wah, 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 one of them flew past me. Then wah, 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 they started flying past me on both sides. I'm parked basically on the highway. The traffic's not moving. Suddenly, for like 30 fucking minutes, there was a stream of these. There must have been 1,000 of them. Not 100, like 1,000. It went on like you couldn't believe how long it went on. It was like, okay, this is ridiculous. And then it was like, it went on for like another 5 minutes, and you're like, and then it went on for like another 10 minutes. And then it was like, what the fuck is going on? Like, how many of these people could there possibly be? There had to have been like literally 1,000 of them. I don't know if that's like a big gathering or the annual Kumbh Mela of Bozozoku, the 4-year biggest gathering of Bozozoku, because it was fucking insane. That was fun. The Bozozoku guys. Okay, we got that on film. I didn't even know if it was like really real. But now I've got it on camera, so I can even like go back and prove to myself, no, that I have seen that twice. That's the third time basically. And one of them lives right by me. One of them lives behind my house. But it's really not the countryside by my house. But I don't know where they gather together. But he always gives me like, yo, motorcycle, what's up? He's not a very nice guy, but he is of the Bozozoku kind. All right, we gotta get one person. Oh, that guy was cool. And that guy was super cool. Okay, good grief. That was fun. Good grief. Holy smokes, I'm kind of blown away. The album cover photo analysis, says 40, could be an ongoing series in itself, including how you might photograph an album cover differently to capture the mood of the album or performer. Yeah, I mean, yeah, I've never really gotten into like actually, I've never made an album cover for anybody. No, I don't think I ever have. Not even like, no, I don't think I ever have. So yeah, that would be an interesting, I would actually like that challenge. That would be a fun challenge. Caution, this might entail criticism. I can handle criticism. Looks like a Van Morrison CD, yes, the one that I was holding here kind of has a little bit of like, yeah, Van Morrison kind of vibe to it. I can hear him again. Cotes and Yancey, there it is. Am I backwards? I might be backwards, I'm not sure. Cotes and Yancey. Okay, it's getting to be the time where I need to go pick up the kid. Let's see, series of 10-minute videos where you analyze 5 album covers each episode and compare them. That's actually a continuation of a project that I already have called Top 5 Records. And I actually do that live. I got a live version of that we do, spinning records, and it's like a talk show and yeah, DJ event, really fun. George Pascal, it's nice to see you. Thanks for all the hand claps. Okay, hope all is well. Yes, very much so. Yornimers, the track. Hey, Gary Harris in the house. Nice to see you, dude. Gary, pleasure. I'm getting closer to the sticker situation. Oh, your Nina Simone stickers are on my desk, and the typewriter is just staring at me. And I'd like to send you a little typewritten letter, just a little 3 sentences. But it's always fun to like bust out the typewriter for that. And if you send me your address, I will send you a sticker. And also, Gary, these stickers of my own, I'm expecting them within like 10 days time. So I may wait, if you're still here, I may wait to send you the blue identity stickers along with one of mine. It's gonna happen. It's gonna happen. It's actually, I won't burden you with I won't make you feel obliged to like donate, contribute more because you've already contributed a lot, but they ended up costing me 3 times as much as, or more than actually. Yeah, 3.5 times what I thought they were gonna cost. Squirrel Psychology says 40, I'm here for it, me too. Andrew T, sounds good, I wanna do a regular trips there. Please do. I have a record store here in Taipei, awesome, what's the name of your record store? I'll follow you, I'd love to know about it, very cool. I'd love to do a Taipei record style. Put that on my wish list. I'm gonna make that happen. I'm gonna go to Taipei. That's very doable. I'm in like family mode, like, you know, I have teenage kids and it's all about like just paying for everything and like, but Taiwan's actually a family trip. That's like, now that our yen is just like in the shitter, it's like, yeah, we can go to like, we can't go far, but like, it's the same cost to go to Taiwan as it is to go to Okinawa or to go to somewhere else. So I would much prefer to go, you know, and the food, I really have been dying to go to Taiwan for a long, long time. Sounds like something an American would do. Zeb is talking about the bozozoku. Yes, holy crap, Gary Harris is talking about the bozozoku. They're coming back. Sounds good. I sent them, I sent the info on Instagram. I got it. Black Glue Records. Carrie, I didn't mean to oblige you to do that. I just was being transparent. Thank you, Gary, for the $5 super chat. I really appreciate it. Black Glue Records. My God, they're coming back. Jesus Christ. Are they gonna go up this street? Oh, they're coming this way again. Oh no, they're going up. Oh, there's more. Okay, there's another river of them. Good God. Okay, we need to make a mental note of this. Equinox. Maybe I need to make a little calendar memo. Like autumn equinox. Maybe this is a day that we can come and see the bozozoku. Maybe I can like wait there down there at the corner and we can see it. Gary, dude, no worries. Anytime I can help, I will. Cheers, man. I really, dude, incredibly appreciative. Thank you so much. So Black Glue Records. What a great name for a record shop, Andrew T. Black Glue Records. Now, do you specialize? Are you Taiwanese? Are you Andrew? Is that your Taiwan? Do you have a Chinese name? Are you? Do you specialize in Taiwanese music, or is it all genres, or you know, what is? I know like Taiwan's making waves here in Japan. I know the like, what's the band's name? Sunset Roller Coaster. I've listened to them. They're fantastic. I know that they're probably like, I don't know, they're kind of a Taiwanese indie rock, and I think there's probably a whole world of Taiwanese music that we could all get into that we don't really know about. I'm a white guy from Canada, but lived here forever. Very cool. Opportunity Equinox, says 4D Man. Yeah, okay, Black Glue Records. I love the name of the record shop. I want to come visit. That sounds good. That's actually like an incentive to go. That's very much an incentive. Okay, I have 30 minutes, but before I have to be there, so I need to leave here in about 15 or 20 minutes because I gotta kind of zigzag around the way. So let's see if we can get somebody. Oh goodness. Okay, well my little camera thing failed me twice now, which is really discouraging. Are we tilted a little bit? Can we fix this? I don't know if we can fix this. Here, we'll do this. Yeah, a little bit bummed. My little camera thing should be working better, but it's really not. Bummed out by that. It's a literal translation from Chinese. Cool. In Chinese, the way you say vinyl records is black glue. That's cool. That's very cool. Okay. Now we're on a mission. We gotta find some interesting characters. So you can see who's coming out of the shop. You can help me try to... Okay, our little... Oh no, there's our bruiser. He's still there. I'm not even on the property. I'm out here on the street. There's a fence and I'm on this side of the fence. So there's that. There's that. Okay. I've seen a ton of people walking out with records. Tower's open till 10, so there's actually 2 more hours of shopping here. There's going to be heaps of record collectors who are still coming out. So, hello. You guys want to talk about music? A lot of people who are coming out of Tower, I feel like, are it's cheaper to buy new records here in Japan than it is to buy back home. So I don't know if it's like such deep diggers. There's great records to be had here, but they tend to be like a little bit overpriced and competitively priced, but you know, it's like stuff you can kind of get anywhere. But new records, it's like probably the biggest selection of new records in all of Japan. Okay, there's a big GU posse. GU is the new sort of Gap of Japan. It's the new cheap fast fashion GU. Do you guys have GU? GU's making very big waves, and it was quite a low quality product 5 years ago, and it's become like, you know, in the same league as like the higher fast fashion brands like Gap or Banana Republic or Old Navy, or when I think it might even be the same company as Uniqlo, but GU is now starting to like kind of outshine Uniqlo, I think. Do you guys know Uniqlo? Uniqlo is the giant, super popular fashion brand that's sort of the Gap of Japan. I don't even know if Gap is Gap, but it's the fastest fashion brand in Japan, where you get like t-shirts and underwear and the essential heat tech that you need for winter in Japan. We have Goo Goo in the basements of Uniqlo here. Okay, it's the same thing, I think. It's the very same thing. GU, we call it GU. Okay, so these guys, you can tell by the size of their record bag that they've bought, like, a lot of people are coming out of Tower Records with magazines, I think. Oh, there goes the record store guy. Yeah, you can tell they bought like a book, and it's like probably like a program for like I don't even know what magazines they are, but they're like, I think they're like these idol bands where they have like, you know, pages and pages of the girls and boys that you can like go home and idolize over. Psychology, Tower Guard may have won the job because Tower in his head means something to be defended from castle turrets. Could be. First week of employment, manager has to discourage Tower Guard from shooting arrows and pouring boiling oil. Could be. Yeah, there are kind of like, there are sort of turret-ish types of shapes here. I don't know. Yeah, it does have a little bit of, it is a pretty fucking interesting building, actually. It's this, you know, it's quite iconic building. I'll show it to you. You've seen it, but it's this crazy, it has this crazy like lattice on it, and this sign that says no music, no life. And it has, yeah, it's just this yellow, this Tower Records yellow and red is very iconic, and you can see it from anywhere. Here comes what is this one called? Gallardo with a wrap on it, with a pink, crazy cool wrap. I like it. It's nice. Lambo. Whoa. Okay. This guy just about ran me over. Well, that's what you get for being out on the street. Dude-ass face in the house from Nashville with the $5 super chat. Dude, thank you. Dude-ass face, I appreciate it. I really appreciate it. I'm pulling the trigger on those stickers. It's like the guy, I'm just waiting. He mailed me and said, well, I recommend you. He said, I'm going to send you paper samples. I said, no, just send me the page. He said, I recommend this, but I'll send you paper samples if you want matte. I said, no, I just want the glossy ones. I don't need samples. Let's go for it. Let's make it happen. So it's going to happen. And when it does, everybody's going, the Mario Karters are going crazy over the Skyline. The Nismo, they're going insane. The guy who's driving the Skyline may be a famous dude. They're like, whoa! They're like going crazy over each other. And Tokyo. What a crazy fucking city. I mean, you know, I met a really interesting cat recently. Harrison, shout out to Harrison. Harrison's like lived here. It's kind of like I know the stages of gaijin-ness. It's a funny thing to say, but like I know the chapters that you go through, that we all kind of go through, living as non-Japanese people in Japan. And there's a time when like Shibuya, there goes the Lambo. When there's a time when like Shibuya is the craziest, coolest place, and then it's like we're totally beneath me. Like I would never go there because it's like it's so played out. Which is Harrison was kind of like the guy knows that Harrison. Don't let me throw you under the bus here, but it's like it becomes that legitimately, and it deserves that recognition. It deserves that title, being like, oh God, I don't know, anything to keep me away from Shibuya. And then you kind of like break through another wall, and then it's like, oh, it's charming again. And like, I once wanted to shoot these little Mario Karts, you know, from the tops of buildings. I wanted to like shoot them with BB guns or water balloons, and I was like, they're terrible. But now they kind of like, I find them to be sort of like what makes the city just an enigma and totally crazy. So I kind of like, yeah, I broke through another wall. That wall is also coming for you, Harrison. And Shibuya will stop being sort of, you'll stop scoffing at it, and you'll fall in love with it again because, yeah, it's all Tokyo. Dude, Yornimer, you keep removing your comments. What are you saying, dude? Tower sign was mistranslated from no music live streams. Okay, yeah, I think it should say. I've spoofed it actually myself. I've translated it to more music, more life. Not no music, no. What is it? No music, no life. I've changed it to more music, more life. That's what the motto should be. More music, more life. Okay, there's some cool folks. Let's talk to these guys. That's gonna be our people. We have 10 minutes to talk to them, and then we'll let them go. Oh, good. Those other guys are packing up they're packing up their little booth. The security dude's going away, and I didn't harass any of the customers, so they can't even blame me for anything if this makes their way to them. I'm guessing that this cute couple right here. I'm guessing they're Korean, just a hunch. And that's not racial profiling or anything. I can just tell by this like fashion sense. Could be mistaken. Oh, it's not a couple, it's the two ladies, I think. Oh, they're speaking English. It might be American. Let's see if we can catch them. We have so little time. This is gonna wrap really quickly, and I'm gonna be like, whoop, see you guys. I have 10 minutes. I got my sign out right here. Show me your records. Thanks for being here, everybody. Haha, very typical Brian. No to more music, more life, which is more affirmative sign. Tower sign sounds prohibitive of what they are trying to affirm. I think so. More music, more life. Let's see if I can get these. Come on. Did you guys get records? No. They're like lost in their phone. That could be a sticker, Brian. More music, more life. My thing is have a nice play. It's like have a nice day, but have a nice play. Gary, you'll get one. Don't worry. And it's also the human algorithm. I'm all about the human algorithm. And yeah, but yeah, you're right. I have stolen the happy song, the have a nice day. Shit happens. Oh, sumimasen, hello. Oh, hey, you want to show me? Oh, they're dashing off. And she's like looking over at me like, why are you talking to me? Blast. Rejection. Rejected. Uh-oh. That could lead to a strikeout. That could lead to a no-hitter today. A no-no. Blast. I put all my eggs in that basket. I was sure I could get them. Now we might have to settle on CDs or idol groups, if even we can get that. We may have to abandon the stream here. Okay, no hitter right in front of tower. Right! My point exactly. My point exactly. It's like no guarantees, you know? No guarantees. That's funny. That's a funny comment. No hitter right in front of Tower Records. Okay, well. Well, I'm gonna go home. I got a good nap in today. I got a 3-hour nap. So I intend to stay up late tonight and spin records on Twitch. I know you guys aren't on Twitch, and I'm just streaming. I'm just playing records and then listening to them, but it's kind of fun to listen to them by myself, even if you're not there. But if you want to go find Tokyo Record Style on Twitch and come hang out with me on Twitch, I don't really want to jeopardize my YouTube channel with playing records on the channel. I know you can get away with it, but I don't want to play that game. And Twitch has a system set up for you to play records, and it just all goes away immediately after you play the record. So it's a like you've signed up for the DJ program or whatever. So I'm just gonna play like entire sides of records, probably nominal talking, but we can get a chat going. So, and I think you can just like, you don't have to sign up to do it. You just go find Tokyo Record Style on Twitch, and I think I'm gonna do it from, oh wait, Rob's streaming tonight. Yeah, if I stay up past Rob ends at 1 a.m., which is pretty late. I don't know. Yeah, I need to get, oh, there goes a girl, dang it. Okay. We have so little time. It's gonna take me, I need to leave here in 7 minutes. Come on. Strikeout right in front of tower. Right in front of tower. I saw some more comments coming in. No hitter, let's see. Getting an interview with tower guard would be so, 40 is really rooting for the tower guard. Such a scoop. Aim for that? No, 40. I'm willing to lose face on this side of the curb, not on that side of the curb. That's to stay in the Japan's good graces. There are do's and don'ts, and that would be a don't. But I do admire the the thinking outside the, and maybe it's not a terrible idea, but I can't get in Tower's crosshairs. They're the last place I want to get on their bad side. I want to work with Tower. And I don't want to start with a security guard. Although now that I'm talking about it, it does have a little bit of a ring to it, I admit. Oh man, lots of cuties. Lots of 20-somethings coming to get pictures of their favorite idol bands. Oh my God, it's a real deal strikeout. Well, those guys are cool. Okay. Well, Peter McCartney was a great pleasure to meet him earlier today in Akihabara. He is on a plane right now on his way back to Edinburgh, and he sent me the nicest little message. He said he told, as I mentioned, he's like, we had such a great little conversation. He was so inquisitive about me, and it was really thoughtful, and he was really encouraging. And I sent him a message of a little selfie of the three of us, and which I'll post on my Instagram here later. And he said it was the highlight. One of the highlights of my trip was meeting you, which was so sweet. And you're, oh, sumimasen, hello. Just straight up diss. I can tell they were Chinese. They weren't, you can tell by shoes. Shoes are the giveaway. Okay, we're done, I think. Here comes the Bozozoku guys again. Come on. Well, thanks for hanging out. Your name, Brian. Now that you're getting stickers, will you also be getting a mic, photo, record style ID box? That's a separate thing, but yeah, that one I think I can make on my own without having to order something, and I should just do that. But thank you for keeping me accountable. Yes, I have to do that as well. Oh, yes, I'm sorry. This is so, what am I even doing, right? It doesn't make any sense. I know. Somehow it feels better than this though. But I do, I gotta get the thing. But it's not coming in the package that I'm getting. I need to make another version. But I think I can, yeah, maybe if this goes well, I have a contact at this printer. It's called like Print Writer JP. So I will do that. Even if it costs like $10 for one sticker or whatever, you know, I'll get it done. It'll be the next project that I do after this. Okay. This is the final hurrah, the last gas. Wait, the last gasp? Or is it the last gas? I always thought it was the last gas, and I think Rachel was like, no, it's the last gasp. We had this conversation 2 years ago. I said for some reason, like, I always thought it was like, the ghost is clear. I always heard the coast is clear on Scooby-Doo, and it was like they were all peeking around the corner, and they were like, the ghost is clear. And I was like, yeah, okay, they're safe. They're safe from the ghost. And it wasn't until I was like 27 when somebody was like, did you just say the ghost is clear? I'm like, yeah, the ghost is clear. And they're like, it's the coast is clear. I'm like, no, it's the ghost is clear. And they're like, no, it's not. And you know, I'm full of those stories. But yeah, the last gas. I always think like the last, like, that's like the last gas, the last, but it's maybe it's the last gasp, the last breath of air. Oh, there's some records. He's with his mom. Maybe it would have been good. A no-no in front of tower. Come on. Oh, okay. There's, maybe if I, come this way. I can't go that way because I've parked illegally for 1 hour, but it's the holiday, so I'm not sure if it's totally illegal. I never quite know with the meter, but as long as I'm here, standing right in front of my car, then they technically can't give me a ticket. Oh, sumimasen! Sumimasen! Oh, she was so close. Where do I have to go? This way. Okay, easy. I'm close. I'm ridiculously close. I can cut it down to the last second, but maybe I shouldn't do that. I don't want my son to be waiting. Okay, that's a wrap, folks. Strikeout. It's a no-hitter. Dang it. Sorry. Well, we got the Bozozoku. That was fun. Yeah, we got the crazy motorcycle gang, the hillbilly motorcycle gang. And yeah, so, you know, sometimes, hey, sometimes you eat the bear, sometimes the bear eats you. And today, I got eaten by the bear, or the bar. Okay, thank you, Tower Records. More music, more life. I petition, more music, more life is the motto that we need to change it to. Tower Records didn't get a single one. Yeah. Okay, well, I appreciate everybody hanging out. Gary, thanks for Gary and Studas Face, thank you for the $5 super chats. Really, really, really appreciate it. It offsets the cost that I'm throwing in myself, so I really, really genuinely appreciate it. Truly, thank you. And Yornamore and 4D and Some new faces that were here. Gary, dude, that's Face 4D left a lot of, thanks for the brainstorming about the security guard 4D. Andrew T from Taiwan, the Black Glue Records, very cool. Gotta go visit Taiwan. Black Glue Records. Zeb was in the house. Oh, and I also have some lurkers. Thank you to the lurkers who are lurking here. George Pascalis. Oh, Homemark 22. Okay, I didn't shout you out. Homemark 22, if you're still around. Looks like you were the Van Morrison comment. Cheers for that. Issa in the house. Adrian was here. Cheers, everybody. Thank you guys for being here. All right, that is a wrap. I'll see you guys on the next video, yeah? Maybe I'll see you tonight on in the chat on Rob's stream. This one flew by fast as the motorbikes. It's true. It really did. The motorcycle gang was great. Okay, we'll see you on the next one, guys. Till next time, see you at the record store. Bye!